So, hi, this is Swati again, and today we are going to talk of debt. Before heading, let's understand what is the main difference between equity and debt. So, when is equity raised? When you are ready to give up the ownership of your company or part ownership of your organization to a third party, because that person would kind of become like the boss. That's one. Secondly, in equity, you don't have to pay yearly, monthly, quarterly interest. So if you want a permanent kind of capital, maybe equity is what you can go for. Third, equity is something where you have to share profits of the organization with the investor. So you have to be okay sharing those profits with that third party. So these are the top two characteristics which, if you are okay, you can think of equity raising. Let's now understand when debt is the perfect mechanism. So debt is raised obviously when you need money for your business, for expansion or for continuing the operations. So debt is basically a capital which you take from a third party which is repayable. You have to repay this capital. How it is repaid, when it is repaid, we'll come to it later. So debt is a money which you raise which will be repaid in the next few years or for that matter few months. Second, you pay interest. You pay a fixed amount of interest on any form of loan that you raise. It be term loan, it be working capital. So let's take a home loan that we all take, right? For consumer finance point of view, we pay interest on it. Similarly, when you raise debt from banks for your business, you pay a fixed interest on it. And that's what second most important characteristic of debt is. Now, the third important characteristic of debt is it's most of the times secured. That means when you are raising debt, you need to offer collateral in exchange. If you are raising a working capital, whether you are raising term loan or for that matter, even if you are raising any short-term capital from the bank would ask for a security. Only exception is if you are raising unsecured debt from your friends, relatives, and at times NBFCs and private institutions. This is the only format available where you can even raise debt without giving any security. But I really doubt how many of us would actually have so much source for raising unsecured loan. So let's stick to the mechanism of secured and bank funding, which is very popular and also very easily accessible in our country right now. So for that matter, government is preferring even the MSME sectors or the larger sectors or even sectors which are smaller, we don't even qualify for MSME. The government wants us to take loan from the bank because there is excess funding available with the banks right now. So the government is wanting us to take more and more loan from the bank, and there are super huge amount of incentives available if you are taking those loans. We have cleared when to raise debt and when to raise equity. Let's understand which form of debt you should raise. So there are two forms of debt available within the banking system these days for businesses. One is a fixed capital term loan that is called, and the second is a moving kind of loan which is called a working capital finance. Now what's a term loan and when is it raised? A term loan is basically of a fixed amount. So let's say 5 crores, 10 crores, 1 crore, 10 lakh that you raise. For most of the times it is for a project basis. So if you have an expansion in place, if you are setting up a new factory, if you are installing another plant in your factory, or for industries in service, you have to explain why do you want to take that loan. So maybe it's for a particular amount of software that you are installing in your organization. So for a particular purpose, that term loan is given. And when that term loan is given, obviously it's given at a particular X amount of interest rate. When the term loan is given, there is also repayment which is fixed for that term loan. So if you are raising 10 crores, 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, the bank will fix a repayment amount, which could be most of the times it's a monthly repayment that is fixed, almost like a EMI. But in a lot of cases, it is also done quarterly, and a lot of times it's also allowed to pay quarterly. But here is a bonus tip for you. Most of the term loans, the bank will give you a moratorium period. So that means प्रोजेक्ट बनाने में आपको 2, 3, 4 साल तो लगेंगे ना. आज आप प्लांट सोचेंगे लगाने का, कल तो नहीं लग जाएगा. So there is a building up period that you have before the project is completed and it starts giving you revenue. So the bank gives you moratorium period, which is a period in which no capital needs to be repaid. So do not forget to negotiate this moratorium period with the bank when you are going to raise the term loan for your project. So that's what term loan is. Let me summarize term loan for you. It's a fixed amount for a fixed purpose or a fixed project. The repayment is fixed, the interest is also fixed. Now, what's the collateral which the banks would take? The banks would most of the times would take any fixed assets. So they would take your existing plant and machinery, your existing building, land, etc. If nothing else, they may also take any public listed shares that the promoters may own in another listed company. So anything which is very tangible and can be encashed easily is mostly taken as a collateral when it comes to term loan. Now let's move to working capital. What's working capital? As the name says, this loan is given actually to fund your working of the organization. Now we have in our earlier video, we have spoken of what's current assets and what's fixed assets. In our video on understanding balance sheet, we've spoken about it. So the money that the bank gives to fund the gap between current assets and current liabilities is actually called working capital finance. There are various names existing in the market for it, but the main summary remains it is actually a working capital loan. When would bank agree to give you? Only if you can prove them that your current level of operations are either expanding and that is why you need more money, or for any reason you had a particular lender who now wants to take his money back, and so the bank to chip in for the money for the working capital so that the earlier loans can be paid for it. Now what's really working capital? How does the mechanism work? The good thing about working capital is you only use what you need. So let's say in this month you have a high amount of inventory, you do not have too many sales and you have stock piling up. So that basically means that your creditors are standing and you have to pay up your creditors. In such situation, you may actually go up and use 100% of your working capital. Now, let's say in the next 2 months, you have the biggest sale possible of your organization and you have recovered all the old debtors that you had. So that means that you have a lot of cash flow in your organization. All your stock is getting sold very quickly. So there is no cash flow gap. In such situation, you may not use the working capital at all. In that case, you don't even pay for the interest. So basically, you use what you need and you only pay interest on what you use. Interesting? Very nice. Now, the second thing for the working capital is that the whole amount of funding. So let's say your current assets is 100 crores and your current liabilities is 60 crores. So let me simplify it for you. Let's say the current assets is 10 crores and your current liability is 6 crores. So the gap is 4 crores. The bank will never fund all the 4 crores because the bank would want you as promoters or owners to put in at least some money in that gap. How much the bank will fund will depend on too many things. Your profile, the organization you are in, the sector you are in, how strong your financials are, how strong the promoter background is, and so many things. You can always refer to the video that we did on business plan and understand what are the things that the banks would look into. So based on all that, the bank will decide what share of that working capital gap they will fund for you. So this is roughly what the working capital finance is for you. Now, a few things that you should keep in mind before you head to bank for taking that loan. Only take loan where you think that yes, now I need someone else to chip in for my business. Leverage is good, but over leverage is always bad. Second, when you go to bank, there will be huge amount of paperwork and formalities. So please ensure you have a great expert with you. You can always refer to us. Here is our website link. So you can always refer to a great expert who can guide you and help you sail through. Even if you don't want an expert to go and negotiate the terms with the bank, that expert can always work with you as your party to get you better terms and help you navigate through the paperwork that your organization may need. Third, Be prepared. It's not just the paperwork in the beginning. It's a regular process. Every month, every quarter, every 6 months, you will need to send documents and reports to the bank. And the banks can also come for audit. So hopefully by now you know when to raise debt and when to raise equity. We will also talk of equity in another video in part 2 where we tell you which form of equity is best to raise. But debt, these are the top 2 most common methods for businesses to raise, especially in the initial 5 to 10 years of your business. It's very later when you hit the market, when you hit public offerings, that is where more options open for you. So I hope this video really helps. We would love to hear comments and feedback from you. If you're still stuck as to how to raise debt, I'm really not sure which bank to talk to, you can always write us an email, reach out to us, write in comments below, and my team and me, we will be contacting you for helping you further. Remember, our main motto is improve the financial literacy in the country. So thank you so much. This is Swati Singhania. Have a great day.